Kaylee Cuoco and Sam Claflin star in the MGM Plus original series, Vanished. When the man Alice loves disappears on a train to the south of France, every romantic memory becomes evidence. Every intimate detail, a potential threat. She thought she knew everything about him, but she may not even know his real name. 4-part thriller Vanished premieres February 1st on MGM Plus. Finding the truth is a dangerous affair.
Well, the holidays have come and gone once again, but if you've forgotten to get that special someone in your life a gift, well, Mint Mobile is extending their holiday offer of half off unlimited wireless. So here's the idea. You get it now, you call it an early present for next year. What do you have to lose? Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Limited time 50% off regular price for new customers. Upfront payment required. $45 for 3 months, $90 for 6 months, or $180 for 12-month plan. Taxes and fees extra. Speeds may slow after 50 gigabytes per month when network is busy. See terms.
Welcome to Connect with Jonathan Mark. We have an update episode this week, which is really cool. I love doing these because, you know, just like if I was in your shoes or anyone else's shoes, I would really, really want to know, like, hey, what is going on with this case? So the update I have, and you'll hear a clip right after the intro from someone who, her name is Amelia. She's been investigating this unsolved case with the FBI, with all these people. And she left a really, really great, about 4 to 5 minute kind of an update and validation on some of the stuff I said. So I just want to give you guys a quick summary on the case, just so you guys are aware of what I'm talking about. And you can go back through my episodes and kind of just like take a peek or a listen just to re-listen to the reading I gave and stuff. So here's a quick summary of Carla Atkins and Vickie Stout. It's an unsolved case in Tennessee. So Carla and Vickie were half-sisters in Tennessee. They were close, described pretty much as like teenagers. So on September 17th, 1980, the girls left home to walk about a mile to a local convenience store to buy some snacks. The last confirmed sighting, witnesses reported seeing them talking to a man beside a blue pickup truck. This was the last time anyone saw them alive. And then the discovery and the cause of death. About after 18 days of missing, 2 hikers discovered their bodies on October 5th, 1980, in a remote area of what now is the Land Between the Lakes National Recreation Area in Stewart County. Both had been shot in the head with a shotgun, and they were found about 75 feet apart. Investigation status. So this is where I want to kind of go into and then play the clip, and I'll talk to you a little bit more about it, just because there's been things that were sent to me from Amelia, a suspect, and you'll hear about what the FBI said and things like that. So early in the case, authorities treated them as possible runaways before the discovery of their bodies. Now, the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, the TBI, the local sheriff's office have kept the case open for decades, with leads occasionally developing. A reward was offered for tips, and a sketch of the unknown man seen with them was released to the public. No one has ever been arrested or charged for the murders, and the case remains unsolved. Now, I want to explain to you after you guys hear the clip. So sit back and listen to this 4 to 5 minute clip. Really important.
Hey, Jonathan, it's Amelia at Murder at Land Between the Lakes. Hope you're doing well. I wanted to start by saying that the conversation we had was super enlightening. I just wanted to start by telling you thank you so much. It was super helpful for myself and some of Carla and Vickie's family members. But let's start with a little update. First of all, I sent the FBI the podcast link that we recorded, and I got to tell you, I think they were a little blown away. I think they were like, how much did this guy know about the case? And I told him, I'm like, to my knowledge, he didn't know about Carla and Vickie at all. So they were, rather intrigued by the interview too. So I want to say thank you. And a couple of things that threw me for a loop right away is when you started talking about Vickie, because Carla and Vickie were half sisters, Vickie being standing there with her father when they came to see you the night before. So the idea they came to see you the night before is also proof that they want this case solved. They want the person to be held accountable for what they've done. They took their lives at such a young age. And I think that's what the whole community, wants. They've lived their whole lives in fears. In fear, like for 45 years, the town and community of Dover, Tennessee has lived like wondering about this person who killed these girls. So when they came to visit you, you saw that the father had been murdered as well, which you were right. The father of Vickie, he had been murdered in Texas, years before, I think quite a long time before that. But that's an interesting fact that not many people know, that completely unrelated case, he had also been murdered. And then we talked a little bit about the girls showed you a truck, and then they pointed to your blue Gatorade, indicating that there was a blue truck involved. And yes, that is also one of the true facts of this case, is that eyewitnesses saw the girls get into a blue truck. They were the last people to see the girls alive, other than obviously their killers. So yes, the blue truck is a big piece of this case. And you talked more about they wanted someone in the family to stop feeling some guilt. And where that comes from is from Trish, the older sister who I'm so close to. She's become a second mother to me. And just weeks before Carla and Vickie were murdered, Carla had come to Trish and asked, "Can I come live with you?" And Trish had just got married, and she and her husband had already taken on one of the youngest siblings from her family. And so Trish, she couldn't do it. She just couldn't financially, physically, mentally take on, a 15-year-old girl at the time, her sister. And had she known, obviously there was some problems, she definitely would have. But she's lived with that guilt now for 45 years. So we don't know if Carla knew something was wrong, or if she was in some kind of trouble, or if someone had been bothering her. But Trisha's lived with that this whole time. And I think that was helpful for her to hear that they wanted her not to feel guilty about that anymore. And so I wanted to thank you for giving her that bit of peace of mind. And also, you continue to say how grateful they were that Lainey and I were looking into this case. And that was so nice to hear, because like you have solved and helped so many people across this world and this country. And it's just tremendous that how much help you've provided. And these cases get forgotten about. And so I'm really hoping that we're going to be able to celebrate maybe an arrest rather than hold another vigil. 45 vigils is a lot. So I would really hope that we can bring this to a close and get the answers that we've been needing the family's been needing for 45 years. So thank you, Jonathan. Keep up all the great work you're doing. And again, thank you. And please let me know if Carla and Vickie want to come visit you again.
Okay, guys, so what's really important about this is you hear all the validation. Now, when I do these cases, and I've told you this from the very beginning, whether it's with people that are investigating like PIs, law enforcement, or really anyone, I don't want to know anything about the case. In fact, she said that I was bringing things up that were not public, which is why the FBI was shocked. I've never worked with the FBI in Tennessee. That will be a first if things progress. I just am completely shocked, happy that they're open-minded, because, some people, the older generation of law enforcement, that was the hardest for me to convince to show my worth, I guess. And now, thankfully, I'm able to provide information with them with an open mind because of some of the results I can give, which I'm shocked, thankful. I can't even really put into words. Now, about this case in particular. So this case is really awesome in the sense that there is progress. Now, with a 40-year-old or 46-year-old really unsolved case, sometimes that's really hard because the length of time, evidence gets screwed up, I'm sure, because it gets moved from point A to point B to point C to point D, and then it gets tampered with because it gets touched. There's a whole lot of things that kind of go into this. Now, I got an email from them, and I can't really tell you exactly what it is because the case is still ongoing, but they found remains of someone. Now, when I look at the remains and I tap in, there's relevance to this case. And there's also relevance because there's a written letter that was sent to me as well. And anytime I tap in, like I'm looking at right now, they keep putting lines back and forth, which show to me that they're somewhat connected. Now, typically, if they were strictly connected, it would be a solid black line that I would see, which in my head, when it's fainted, it means there's some type of connection, which typically would mean the person knows about the passing, knew about these girls, or knew about the situation, which would be helpful for law enforcement, obviously. Now, the thing that's so interesting about this is it gets open, then it gets closed. It gets open, and then it gets closed, like in the sense of like there's progress, it stops. There's progress, and it stops. Now, I want to straight up tell you that I see very positive things about, and when I say very positive things, what I mean by that is because Vickie and Carla keep coming through and they keep putting thumbs up, which most of the time it means to me like there is serious progression that is happening with this case that's going to be coming up. Now, there has been, and I'm thankful I was a small piece to a puzzle, but there is going to be progression from what I see. Now, I do a lot of these cases that nothing happens overnight, and especially with these long cases of 40 plus years, like things get difficult. But I am happy to see anytime I tap in, like right now, that they keep showing me thumbs up that there is going to be significant movement. Now, what they're showing to me about this significant movement and why I want to bring this up, because I'm tapping into them right now, really is because, like I said, they keep putting paper, the letter, and they keep putting a jaw, which means bones, teeth, that are going to be connected to this case. That is huge. Absolutely huge. Now, there's photos that have been sent to me about some of this stuff, but it's a little different. Now, they keep throwing names at me, and I cannot say the names and stuff just simply because the case is open, and doing all these unsolved cases on here, working with law enforcement, I've learned that they really are super pissed about that. So I don't want to do that, but I will definitely be giving you an update, and I will be bringing her back on so we can completely go over everything. Guys, this was an amazing episode, and I'm thankful that I'm able to help so many families in law enforcement. And Amelia, thank you for the update. That was just absolutely amazing. I can't wait to hopefully give that family some type of closure. And thank you for bringing me on. And to the FBI that's on this, thank you for the support, the love, everything. But guys, if you have any cases you want me to talk about, please leave a 5-star rate and review. We're starting to go through them, and leave it in the comments. Please give my Instagram, TikTok, Facebook a follow at Jonathan Mark Medium. And also, if there's any cases that you are affected by and you need my help with, please email connectjonathanmark@gmail.com. I will see you guys next week.